Hi, I'm Matt Bakari. Many of you know me as one of the hosts on 20-somethings, but what you may not know is that I'm a bit of a thrill seeker. Here I look to ask life's greatest questions and answer the unknown. This is 20-Somewheres. On today's episode, I wanted to find out what an Arbor Day ritual is. You may be wondering what an Arbor Day ritual is, or much less what Arbor Day is. Well, according to my trustworthy source Wikipedia, Arbor Day is a secular day of observance in which individuals and groups are encouraged to plant trees. My good friend Ian's family has held this ritual for many decades, dating back to the first Arbor Day. What scared me was, Ian said I was going to have to make a sacrifice. With all of these factors put together, I was starting to think that this was a cult and that Ian was trying to pull me into it. So I said, nah, I'm good. But then Keith Brown said, you have one more segment to film. So I said, alright, fine. So I asked Ian if I could bring a camera, and he said, no cameras. To work around this, I just attached a super tiny camera to my shirt, and if you look really close, I'm sure you can see it. Only thing is, the camera is so small, it has no mic. So you're gonna have to rely on my old storytelling skills for the most part here. So the first thing that we did was we headed to Ian's house, right? And immediately, like 5 minutes into it, he's already like, just follow me, guys. And so we followed him, we got into the car, and we drove to this random spot. And we got out, and we started walking for what felt like miles. And we reached the top of this giant hill that we were climbing, and he stopped all of us and surrounded us in a circle. And I remember him saying, alright guys, this is the inaugural nature walk that we do for every Arbor Day ritual. And the goal of this walk is just to enjoy the outdoors and take in the scenery. And so I was cool with that. I thought nothing wrong with that. So we're walking through these woods, having a good time as you do, and it starts to rain. So Ian just said, you know what, we can pack it up, we can turn around. And I was like, all right, I thought we would be going a little bit further, to be completely honest, but I understood it started to rain. And something happened when we were walking back. We saw this hut on the left. It was made out of wood, and it was just in the middle of the woods. And someone says there's something inside of it. This mossy, like cryptid individual. And I thought at first, to be completely honest, I thought it was a homeless person coming at us. But I quickly realized it was not. And this thing was like primitive, and it was Neanderthal-like. And it was jumping up and down. He threw something at us, and it was like a bag, and we opened the bag and it has a clue, and it had some cryptid like code that referenced stuff in my life, and Ian and my friend Joe were able to decipher it and say, I think it says to go to Matt's house. we agreed to that, and we start to walk back down the hill. But as we're walking back down the hill, I look up, and this thing is just staring down at us. It's just watching us. It was terrifying. So we drive to my house, and something weird happens when we get there. Ian says, "Take out your camera, I want you to film this." And so I did, so this is what happened.
Wait, open it.
Wait, hold on.
We gotta open it, bro. We gotta open it.
We got a clue at my house.
Go to the park where nothing grows. What?
There's nothing on the back.
Go to the park where nothing grows?
It's a riddle. Park where it doesn't rain.
It's a riddle?
So it's like a park, but with no trees.
A park
no
with
arbor.
no
No arbor.
Bro, that's the Rhode Island desert.
Actually,
No, I'm kidding.
No, is it
Wait,
the
Rhode Island desert?
Wait, I don't know how to get there. Is it the Rhode Island?
Did I guess
That's
it?
way
I don't know
too.
how to get there.
That's way too far.
Wait, nah. Hold on. Wait, it might be the Rhode Island.
No,
that might be.
bro.
That might be, bro. All right, let's go.
No, bro. I don't know how to get there.
Google Maps.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
you know how far that place is, bro?
So yeah, we drove towards the Rhode Island desert, which is the park without trees, or whatever they were gonna call it. And we once we got there, we didn't really know what to do. But we just started walking around, and then eventually we saw an arrow in the ground, drawn in the sand. And so we followed that arrow until we found an X. X marks the spot. And so we dug up the X, and beneath the X there was a little bag that had seeds in it. And Ian came out to tell us, "Guys, this is where we plant the seeds for Arbor Day." And it all clicked to me then. It all made sense. All the shenanigans and everything. I totally understood that point. And he said that I could take out my phone, my camera, and I could film the process of it.
It's a good spot. Yeah. Go nice and deep. See. Yeah. Nice and firm. Pat it down. Yeah, pat it. Yeah.
I literally was like,
Seeds are planted. Make sure to plant your seeds for Arbor Day, everyone. So, the moral of the story is, there is no Arbor Day rituals. There are only Arbor Day celebrations. The sacrifice Ian was talking about was my time, and I am happy to sacrifice my time if it means celebrating Arbor Day with my friends. So next Arbor Day, or any day in fact, find some time with your friends and plant some seeds. Just that action alone means you have done some good in the world. Thank you for watching, and 20Somewheres clocking out.